If you've watched Canadian politics for more than 10 minutes, you already know something is off. The cost of living is skyrocketing, groceries have doubled, and while Canadians are choosing between rent and food, one man is gliding around as if everything is totally fine. Mark Carney, the unelected, unaccountable, self-appointed economics oracle who insists that reality should bend around his theories. Today, we're breaking down how the Carney worldview helped push Canada into its affordability crisis, how he still defends the same policies that are crushing families, and why Pierre Poilievre is the only one calling him out with actual receipts instead of recycled talking points. Buckle up, because this is the deep dive the media won't touch. Mark Carney has an impressive resume. Bank of Canada, Bank of England, UN panels, global finance boards, all the places where leaders talk in polished sentences and ordinary people pay the price. Carney's message is always the same: inflation is complicated, costs are global, transitions take sacrifice, and if you're struggling, well, you simply don't understand the economics. That attitude isn't leadership. It's condescension dressed as expertise. While Canadians are paying double for groceries, Carney insists the system is functioning as intended. Meanwhile, families stare at a $16,800 annual food bill, up from $8,300 when the Liberals first took office. Carney calls inflation manageable. Canadians call it survival mode. And when the government printed and borrowed historic amounts of money, inflating the economy from the inside out, Carney defended it. The result: too many dollars chasing too few goods. Exactly what Poilievre warned about while Carney dismissed him as simplistic. Turns out the simple explanation was the correct one. Carney's worldview has three pillars: tax more, regulate more, centralize more. Take climate policy. Carney praises carbon taxes and transition costs like they're noble burdens Canadians should proudly carry. Easy to say when you're speaking from a panel in Davos, not a checkout line in Sudbury. He talks about electric vehicle adoption as if everyone has $60,000 lying around. He calls it a transition, but for most working families, it's just another bill. Then there's corporate bailouts. Carney's influence fuels a government model where billions in subsidies go out the door with no job guarantees and no transparency. Workers get pink slips, CEOs get photo ops. That's not economic policy, that's corporate welfare disguised as strategy. Housing, same story, grand programs, big announcements. But fewer homes built, higher rents, and longer delays. Carney's solution is always another fund, another committee, another layer of bureaucracy. The result: nothing gets built fast enough and nobody gets ahead. While Carney lectures Canadians about macroeconomic stability, Pierre Poilievre stands in Parliament asking the questions nobody else is willing to ask. Poilievre walks in with hard numbers the government can't escape: grocery prices doubled, food bank usage hitting records, mortgages exploding, housing starts collapsing. He asks for accountability, ministers recite talking points. The Prime Minister sometimes avoids the question entirely. Poilievre hits back with lines that cut through the noise. You can't stand up for workers if you can't even stand up in the House. That's not theater, that's pressure, and Canadians want someone applying it. Poilievre refuses to accept everything is fine when everyone knows it isn't. He rejects the idea that experts in Ottawa should micromanage Canadians' lives. He demands real solutions: lower taxes, fewer regulations, faster permits, and strict conditions on corporate subsidies. He talks to truckers, carpenters, nurses, students, seniors, not just to boardrooms and international panels. Poilievre's politics aren't abstract, they're practical, immediate, understandable, and that terrifies the Carney faction. This isn't just about left vs right, it's about top-down control versus bottom-up empowerment. Carney represents a worldview where government experts design your life from a distance, where rising prices are manageable, where transitions should cost you, and where accountability is optional. Poilievre represents a worldview where Canadians keep more of what they earn, where housing gets built instead of announced, where subsidies come with job guarantees, and where the government answers to the people, not the other way around. One model protects systems, the other protects families. One excuses the cost of living crisis, the other confronts it. One says trust the experts, the other says trust Canadians. At the end of the day, this divide is simple. Carney speaks at Canadians, Poilievre speaks for Canadians, and voters are noticing. This is red leaf politics, exposing failures, calling out hypocrisy, and defending the Canadians who are paying the price. Don't let the political elite control the narrative. Like, subscribe, and stay with us. Because the truth deserves a voice.